Hello, my name is Tom Kime and I'm here in Holland to launch the Fishes-kookboek, which is a book written by Bart van Olphen and myself. The book is about sustainable fish, so wild fish from sustainable sources, certified by the Marine Stewardship Council, the MSC. And what Bart and I did is that we travelled around 9 different fisheries around the world, starting off in Norway for cod and haddock. Then we went to Denmark for wild mussels from the Limfjord. Then we went out on a trawler in the North Sea for plaice. And this is the plaice here, which we've just got cut up. We've got it filleted, it's been skinned. And what we're pasting onto here is a green masala paste. So this is a paste from southern India. It's got coriander, it's got green chili, it's got lots of spices in it. And we're going to bake this in the oven and serve it with a little fresh green mango relish. After Denmark, we went to Hastings in England for Dover sole and mackerel. Then Bart went to Alaska for salmon and halibut, and San Diego for albacore tuna. Now, albacore tuna is a beautiful kind of tuna. It's slightly pale. It's almost kind of pink coloured. And then I went to Vietnam for clams, which was amazing. The clams were kind of cut out of the sand. They harvest by the cycle of the moon. So only when there is a full moon and the strong tides, that's when they harvest down there. And then Bart went to South Africa for hake, and I went to southern Australia to a place called the Coorong, which is down at the bottom of South Australia, where the Murray River flows into the Southern Ocean, and it's a beautiful estuarine area for mullet and mulloway. And it's the stories of these sustainable communities and how they support the environment, how they're sustainable, and all of the recipes I've collected from all over the world. So here we've got a tagine recipe, so that's from Morocco, with onions and red peppers and tomatoes and spices. So we've got coriander, a wonderful spice called ras al hanout, which translates as the top of the shop, and it was the spice blend that was made by the spice blenders, by the spice merchants, and it can have as many as 27 ingredients in it. I've done quite a simple one for the book, but sometimes you have very complex ones and they have rose petals in them and all sorts of delicious things. We're going to serve that with a jeweled couscous. So it's kind of jeweled with roasted almonds, sour cherries, cranberries, lots of herbs, roasted nuts, sesame seeds. We're going to have the couscous on the bottom, little piece of fish, and then some fresh pomegranates going on the top. Now this is the albacore tuna, so it's very, very pale pink. And what we're going to do with that is a dressing. We're going to make a carpaccio, so an Italian style dish, and we've got a dressing here which is toasted fennel seeds, lemon zest, chili, and then we're going to scatter some dill over the top. So it's just a delicious way of cooking. The salmon over here, you can see that it's very orange. It comes from Alaska. It's one of the most oily fish, Alaskan salmon, and so it's incredibly good for you. It's full of all those omega-3s and those delicious things like that. With this, we're just going to, we've got them on little toasts, and we're going to do them with a dill creme fraiche. We've got some salmon fish cakes that we're going to serve with a herb mayonnaise. We've got some smoked mackerel tartlets with a horseradish custard. So horseradish is often put with mackerel because it cuts the fattiness of the oily fish. Another dish that we had, which we cooked, Bart and I cooked on a boat in the Limfjord in Denmark, was a dish of mussels, just quickly opened with some dill and aquavit. The fisherman actually in Denmark was quite funny. He tried the mussels and he said they were nice, but he didn't really want to eat too many of them because he said he's full up to here with the mussels, and instead he just had the aquavit in a glass and drank it like that. He said the best way to have it is with coffee. I said, so how do you drink that? And he said, okay, you put a coin in the bottom of the cup and you fill it up with coffee until you can't see the coin, and then you fill it up with aquavit until you can see the coin again. The best thing to do with fish is to try and buy sustainable fish. That's what the whole point of this exercise is. And you want to look for this little symbol here, which is the Marine Stewardship Council, which means that all the fish is sustainable, wild fish from sustainable sources. And that means that there's going to be more fish in the ocean for our future. All of these fisheries, they have to pass very stringent tests in order to be sustainable, that they're environmentally responsible. The fishermen are from Urk in Holland. They go out for 2 days and then they bring it back, and the fish is then transported down to the markets of Amsterdam and all over Holland. So the fish is always within 72 hours before it's eaten. They used to use 50 tons of fuel a week. Now they use less than 20, but the fish is going to be brought from net to plate in 72 hours. Often fishing boats go out for maybe 5 or 6 days. That means that when the fish comes back on shore, it then has to be go to market, then sold. The fish can be 10 days old before you eat it. When you catch the fish, that's great quality. What the difference is about the transport and how you can get that fish to the restaurants and the people like that, so that it is as good as it possibly can be.